And that's our guy, Teofimo Lopez, who got a stoppage this weekend against a Pedro Campa in his first official fight at 140 pounds. If I was to rate his performance, I would give it a B+. He looked good. I mean, he took, some significant shots from Campa, but nothing that really like buckled him or wobbled him or anything like that. But since we're here, let's go listen to the post-fight interview. And Oscar De La Hoya was there at the fight, sitting first row. And you have to think, and he did allude to that he's trying to talk to them about a fight for Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia. But Teofimo Lopez didn't call out Ryan Garcia. Here, let's go listen to it.
Teofimo, today it was about the take back. You started to have fun in there. Walk me through what it felt like to get a win tonight.
First and foremost, I dedicate this fight to the Lord Almighty, God, Son of God. Thank you for all that you have done, the countless blessings that you continue to bestow upon all of us in this room. Honestly, this is a blessing, man. God has blessed me with a gift, and I have a voice to talk to everyone in this room. I want to thank each and every one of you guys, each and every one of you that are here. Thank you for your time. Time is something we don't get back. I love you all so very much. Thank you, guys. You have created in me something so much more that I needed. And for that, I'm forever grateful for all of you. I am grateful for all of this, man. The return. I told y'all, don't call this a comeback. This is the takeover.
All right, now, 140 pounds is different than 135. Describe that difference and who you want next.
Like I said, look, we've been at 135 for about 9 years. It was killing my body since I was a teenage kid, man. Look, I just turned 25, and we want Josh Taylor. We want these guys. We want Prograis. We want Pedro. We want all the belts. That's really who we want. We want to become a two-time undisputed world champion.
You also invited Oscar De La Hoya to be here ringside. He represents Ryan Garcia. Is that a fight that you see in your future?
Listen, if Josh Taylor is too busy with his wedding, and there's nobody else around because the WBA belt is taken, and the WBC is going to be fought against, say, Pedro and Prograis, then so fucking be it. Ooh. I'll take all them boys and take their whole dreams away. I'm here to be their nightmare.
We do apologize for the language here. Now, you were healthy tonight, and we know that you leave the ring healthy. Heisman night historically has been your night. Is that when we expect to see you back in the ring?
Hey, I need everybody to come out.
Listen to this shit.
We're gonna be in a big room this time. Madison Square Garden, December 10th. Heisman Trophy night on ESPN. Pay-per-view. Let's get it, baby. I'm ready to eat all these boys. They all man-made. Teofimo is self-made. They can never make another one.
All right, Joe. Everything is ready then for Heisman Trophy night, the return of Teofimo Lopez in New York.
Well, gracias, Sumara Castro. Gracias, Honduras. Latino America. Oh, yeah.
I think something cooking. Why would he say pay-per-view? But I'm going to be honest. Something seems off about Teofimo to me, too. Teofimo don't seem the same, does he? Like, don't he seem like a little forced, like he's trying to force, like this persona? It doesn't come across natural anymore. It's just, something just seems a little off. I talked about it last week with Teofimo. But he's talking about Heisman night, big room on pay-per-view. Who's he going to fight on pay-per-view? Is Loma going to come back? They're going to do that second one on pay-per-view? Bob Arum, the way he's been talking about pay-per-view, he knows that Loma. Do you think, listen, I don't think it's going to be Loma, because then it would have to take place at 140, and Loma ain't coming to 140. But if it was Loma in a rematch, that shit gonna flop. I'm sorry, but when I really think about it, and also how you go to being on pay-per-view after you be in a venue like this where they sold about 3,500 tickets or so. But looking at the rankings right now, as I told you, Josh Taylor is supposed to be fighting Jack Catterall. And then you got Liam Parvos will be taking on Brock Jarvis. But here's the thing. He can't get Josh Taylor because Josh Taylor can't travel. Teo might fight Ahara Davis in a title eliminator for what title? For example, Josh Taylor's the champion. Liam Parvos ranked number 1. Liam Paro has to fight either Broner Barboza or Jose Ramirez to be the mandatory. Unless, and it's not like Teofimo is moving up and he was made automatic mandatory. He lost his belt to George Kambosos. We already talked about earlier, when I talked about Broner, that Alberto Puellio's taking on Gutierrez Akhmedov this weekend. And then the WBC, you heard you heard him say it, that Zepeda and Prograis will be fighting for the WBC. So what does him and O'Hara Davies do? By the way, those who don't know who O'Hara Davies is, I covered him multiple times in the past. Kind of a dreadful boxing style, and his long, wide stance is going to get him knocked out by Teofimo. I'll tell you that right now. O'Hara Davies from the UK, 24-2 with 17 KOs, significant fights. He got beat up by Jack Catterall, and he got stopped by Josh Taylor. Win over Tyrone McKenna, that was a good fight. Win over Miguel Vasquez, that was a solid fight. Derry Matthews as well. So I've covered him several times. Solid fighter, but styles make fights, and Teofimo will put a boot in his ass. Also, a lot of people or fans had some issues with Teofimo Lopez Sr. seemingly wanting to take the spotlight away from his son by jumping in front of the camera when they announced Teofimo Lopez as the winner. But let's go listen to Teofimo's senior's interview and hear what he had to say after the fight.
Last time you brought your son into the ring, you didn't know what was going to happen. Tonight, it was more of what you've always predicted. What were your thoughts on your son's performance tonight?
Man, listen, I don't take nothing away from the guy that he just fought. He came here to win. That guy was a tough guy, really tough. And he put up a show, like I said it before. There ain't nobody can beat my son when he's healthy. He was healthy tonight, and he showed the world what he's made of, and it's just beautiful to see him enjoy himself, not getting hit at all. And I'm happy, especially for everybody that supports us and all the people from Honduras too, they supporting us and my family and my son. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting us, and we're going to keep on coming, man. The takeover is real. I've been studying. I said it before, and it happened tonight.
When we talk about your son, part of it is the physical aspect, but the other part is his focus and where his mind was. What did you think about his focus this evening coming into the ring?
We worked on that a lot, we have a great trainer, Jorge Rubio, and Gerardo Gomez. They did a magnificent job. We worked more on his confidence. His confidence level is when he could breathe. You know what I'm saying? So his condition was just perfect for tonight. We knew he was going to fight a tough guy. This guy had 34 fights, one. He had lost one. So this guy was not no walk in the park, but we made it look easy, and I'm happy. The performance was amazing.
The talent at 140 pounds is excellent. One of the most talent-laden divisions. It's different than 135. How did your son feel at this weight? And more importantly, how do you see him competing against the top dogs at junior welterweight?
I always say, we always chase after the belts. We want the belts. If Josh Taylor has 2 of the belts, we want to get him before he gets rid of the other 2 belts. We want him at 140. That's the guy that we want to fight. But if that's not possible, we'll fight anybody in December. That's our night. We always win by big knockouts on the Heisman Award night. So, let it be. But we want Josh Taylor.
What were you happiest about what you saw in junior this night, right here in this ring?
What was it?
What were you happiest about in terms of what you saw from your son tonight in the ring?
Oh, he was having fun. He was, entertaining the crowd. And I was screaming in the corner, telling him what to do. And I told him, listen, entertain. You just got to entertain. And he let himself go. And he had a great time in there. I told him before I left in that round, I don't know what round it was. I think it was the 7th. Yes, I told him, listen, this is the round. This is the round. I don't know if you people heard me. And he gave it to me. He went out there and finished him. I think it was a little bit too much delay in the stoppage. But, it is what it is. We got the win.
See you in December. Joe, we send it back to you and the guys.
Thank you very much. So yeah,
it looks like to me, that he's trying to clearly, trying to jump the line to get Josh Taylor. But, can Josh Taylor travel? So they're supposed to be returning December the 10th. My gut is telling me it's going to be Arnold Barboza. And there's a lot of options for him at 140. And 140 is about to get deep. Ryan Garcia is already there. After Kambosos, if it's not Loma or Shakur Stevenson, I think that Devin Haney's on his way there. He may stay there for, 2 fights or so, maybe give or take. But my gut feeling is it's going to be Arnold Barboza or Jose Ramirez. That's what I think. Arnold Barboza or Jose Ramirez on Heisman night. That's what I believe it's going to be. And it does seem like Barboza, Top Rank is trying to force the Barboza fight, because I covered Arnold Barboza's last fight a few weeks ago, and that's all they were talking about during a broadcast. So normally that's a sign that they're working on something. But listen, I'm going to get up out of here. We're going to be back in 11 and a half hours. Let me tell you exactly what time it starts. Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk's final press conference, fight week press conference, is tomorrow. Normally they're on Thursdays, but it's a Wednesday this time, and I'm going to be here streaming during the main event. During the weigh-in as well, and I'm also going to be streaming during the main event fight. But I need you guys to do me a favor. I'm trying to get my podcast up and running and off the ground. So I just posted the links in the chat, and it will be great and awesome if you guys can go to my Spotify, FightView360 at one word, or you can just type in TstreeT Controversy and follow or download my podcast. I need to get a certain amount of downloads before it starts really get like pumping and moving about. So I'm going to be putting exclusive content on there that won't be available on YouTube and vice versa. But I will be chopping this up and basically I stream on YouTube Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, depending on if it's a busy week or not, at 6 p.m. Eastern for about an hour or so. And then I chop it up and I put it in audio form on the podcast. You dig what I'm saying? So there's also going to be exclusive content just for YouTube and the podcast. So there's a lot going on right now.